kill you. Not today, not tomorrow, but I'm gonna kill you. The countdown has begun, just a few more days before The Walking Dead Season 7 premiere, and it's going to be a big one. Last season ended on the biggest cliffhanger / cop-out, but everyone needs to know who gets Lucille, for closure at least. However, if you gave up somewhere along the way, and if it wasn't Season 2, we don't blame you, but you want to pick it back up, because this season's got gory deaths, and CGI tigers, and zombies, and pretty much everything you signed up for in the first place. Have no fear! I will quickly catch you up in just 1 minute per season. Clock starts now! Rick Grimes wakes up from a coma in a post-apocalyptic world overrun by walkers. He goes to his house to find his wife and kid, but they're gone. He sets out on a mission to find them. He meets Morgan and his son Dwayne. Morgan's tormented by the death of his wife. Some people claim the CDC has set up a safe zone, and he assumes his family is there. He takes a bunch of weapons and a horse to go find his wife Lori and his son Carl, or as Rick likes to call him, Carl. He gets in trouble and is saved by Glenn. Glenn takes him back to his group consisting of Andrea, T-Dog, and a whole bunch of other irrelevant people. When the group's attacked, they have to leave Redneck Merle behind. They take Rick back to the rest of the group where he finds, ta-da, his family. Little does he know, his partner Shane has moved in on them after telling them Rick was dead. Lori, who's now got her husband back, loses interest in Shane, and he is pretty angry. At the camp, we also meet Daryl, Merle's slightly less racist but equally angry redneck brother. When he goes to find Merle, it appears he has escaped by sawing off his own hand.
Ain't that a bitch?
The camp is overrun, a few people get eaten, time to move on. The group ventures to the CDC where only one staff member remains. They have a ball at the center before Dr. Jenner reveals it will eventually self-destruct and he wants to go with it. Before he dies, he whispers a secret in Rick's ear. The group manages to escape the facility before it blows up. Some people decide to stay, but honestly, who cares? Season 2. Ugh, do I have to? Fine. The group decides to go to Fort Benning, but when a bunch of abandoned vehicles block the road, they have to continue on foot. Carol's daughter Sofia is chased into the woods by walkers. So they search and search and search and search for Sofia. Carl is shot and taken to a farm owned by a vet named Hershel. Glenn falls in love with his daughter Maggie, and he also has another daughter Beth, who is a total emo in the season and just needs to harden up. They soon discover Hershel is an idiot and collects walkers in his barn. Shane, who's been dealing with anger issues for nearly 2 seasons now, runs to the barn and releases and kills all of them. Out of the barn emerges Sofia. Rick shoots her, Carol is sad, and Hershel is angry. Another group wants to farm. A gunfight ensues and one of the other groups survives but is taken prisoner by Rick. What follows is hours of back and forth whether to kill this guy or not. Shane does what he wants anyway and takes the boy into the woods and snaps his neck. The boy turns into a walk where everyone discovers that the virus is airborne and everyone comes back, not just people who are bitten or scratched. Dale, the whining moral compass, is attacked and eaten alive, so Dale puts him out of his misery. Angry Shane attacks Rick in an attempt to kill him, but Rick kills him first. As Shane emerges from the dead, Carl shoots Walker Shane and saves his dad. All this racket attracts a bunch of walkers and the farm is overrun. They set it on fire and run. Andrea is separated from the group and is saved by a mysterious heroine in a hood. Season 3. Rick finds a prison. Lori is super pregnant and not sure who the daddy is. The group fits in prison blocks of walkers, but Hershel gets bitten and they chop off his leg. They meet a dodgy group of prisoners and Rick kills their leader. One of the prisoners is abandoned and pissed, so he leads walkers into the prison. Lori goes into labor and Maggie is forced to perform an emergency C-section, killing Lori but saving the baby. Carl has to shoot his mom in the face to prevent her from coming back as a walker. T-Doc sacrifices himself for Carol. We meet Michonne, the hooded heroine who saved Andrea. The pair gets captured by Merle, who brings them into a gated community, Woodbury, run by a nice-looking but actually crazy psycho who goes by the governor. He keeps his zombie daughter in the cupboard. So yeah, crazy. Andrea, the traitor, gets romantically involved with this governor, but Michonne is smart and leaves. Maggie and Glenn are captured and tortured, and Michonne warns Rick. The group attacks Woodbury to save Maggie and Glenn, and Michonne kills the governor's zombie daughter and stabs him in the eye. Daryl is reunited with Merle, but they are made to fight to the death. They escape, but the governor kills Merle, and Daryl finds him as a walker. The governor offers to spare Rick and his group in return for Michonne. Rick initially plans to hand her over, but changes his mind. Betrayed by Andrea, he puts her in a room and she's bitten by an undead Milton. She shoots herself before she can turn. The governor loses it and guns down his own men. Rick attacks Woodbury. They save a bunch of people and take them back to the prison. Season 4. Rick is stepped down as the leader. Some Woodbury people are at the prison. A flu contagion breaks out, people die, come back as walkers, and eat other people. You can see how that's a problem. Carol's on it though. You cough, she stabs you in the head and sets you on fire. Rick isn't happy about it though and banishes her from the group. The governor is still crazy and angry and builds a new army. He captures Hershel and Michonne outside the prison. He decapitates Hershel and attacks the prison in a dumb attack, making the place unlivable for anyone. Idiot. Michonne stabs him with her sword. Finally. The group scatters and everyone gets separated. Rick and Carl lose Judith but find Michonne. Daryl and Beth team up, but Beth gets kidnapped and Daryl gets attacked. Tyrese has rescued baby Judith and sisters Mika and Lizzie and runs into a banished Carol. Maggie, Sasha, and Bob go on to a mission to find Glenn, and Glenn saves Tara. They run into a new group consisting of Abraham and Rosita. They're escorting Eugene to Washington, who claims he knows the cure. Lizzie is nuts and kills her sister Mika, preparing to kill baby Judith next. Carol makes an executive decision to shoot the unstable little girl.
Just look at the flowers.
Everyone but Tyrese and Carol follow a sign leading to Terminus, a sanctuary for all. Well, okay. Of course it's not. They're all reunited tied up inside a boxcar. Season 5. Turns out Terminus is a group of cannibals, as in they eat people. Carol launches an attack and saves the day. The group is reunited. Instead of going after the surviving cannibals, they all decide to help Eugene get to Washington. They find a church and a priest, Father Gabriel. Meanwhile, the surviving cannibals are after revenge and barbecue Bob. No, literally. They cut off his leg, barbecue it, and ate it. The group lures them into the church and slaughters them with machetes. They split up again as Abraham urges them to take Eugene to DC. On the way there, Eugene reveals he's not actually a scientist, he doesn't have a cure, and he's really just a lying bitch baby. Carol and Daryl try to find Beth, who's being held captive at a hospital ran by police officers. Carol gets run over and ends up at the same hospital, and Noah, a boy who's escaped from there, leads the group straight to them. They save Carol and Beth, but Beth foolishly stabs the leader, Dawn, in the arm, and Dawn shoots her in the face in a shocking moment. The group decides to go to Virginia. Tyrese is killed protecting Noah. The group is found by a scout named Aaron. He tells them about a safe place called Alexandria. He takes them there. During a supply run, some a-hole named Nicholas panics and selfishly runs away from a revolving door situation, leaving Noah to literally get his face ripped off by walkers. Rick has a crush. Her husband is nuts. Kills Alexandria's Queen Deanna's husband. Rick kills him. Morgan walks into Alexandria. Season 6. A large group of walkers is gathered in a quarry near Alexandria. The group comes up with a plan to lead them away. It succeeds at first, but halfway through, Alexandria is attacked by a group of savages named the Wolves. The noise draws a large part of the walker parade to Alexandria. Morgan and Carol protect it, but Morgan, who refuses to kill, is disgusted by Carol's approach to taking human life. Daryl, Abraham, and Sasha meet some dude named Dwight who claims all their stuff now belongs to Negan. Daryl is having none of it and fires a freaking rocket launcher at them. Glenn and Nicholas get ambushed and Glenn gets fake killed. Don't worry, he survives under that dumpster, which is totally impossible, but okay. Meanwhile, Alexandria is overrun by walkers, but Rick refuses to give up on it, so he devises a plan to wipe them out. First, though, he has to get past them, and he covers himself and his girlfriend and her sons in zombie guts. The annoying little kid ruins the plan, and Jesse refuses to let go of Carl, so Rick chops off her hand in an attempt to save his son. Jesse's other son attempts to shoot Carl, but Michonne kebabs him before he gets a chance. Carl loses his eye. Alexandria is saved, but low on supplies. On a supply run, Rick and Daryl meet Jesus from the Hilltop community. The group strikes a deal with them that they'll take care of Negan forever if they can have half their supplies from now on. They quietly go into the Savior camp at night and kill a whole bunch of Saviors in their sleep. Maggie's pregnant and gets really sick. The group gets captured by Negan's Saviors and he is about to lay down the law. So now you're all caught up, and I've actually done a few videos before about what I think is going to happen in the season 7 premiere. I just like to have one more go though. This is purely based on like internet speculation and what I've read in the comic books and it like sort of what I've derived from interviews. I will bet money on the fact that Abraham as well as Glenn are going to get Lucille. Daryl will be taken prisoner. Negan is going to play mind games with Rick. I previously thought he might chop off his hand, but now I think something else is going to happen. I think he's going to take Rick and Carl and he's going to try and make Rick cut off Carl's hand, but he's going to stop him just in time, just to see how far he can push him. And later on in the season, I believe that Maggie will become the leader of Hilltop after losing Glenn. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more Walking Dead updates. Also, probably a reaction video on this episode and more awesome geek stuff. Bye!